All right. Crazy YouTube. So we're gonna kick things off with like a little update and certain things I wanted to talk about, but never really got into it. And basically, we're gonna stop with the Pokemon videos because it's not bringing nothing in. The views are getting lesser and lesser, and I don't blame people. I blame the Poke people for making terrible expansions, terrible next whatever. The hit rates are awful. We're gonna get into that in a moment, but you gotta excuse how I look, I mean, when you basically have PTSD and depression, it just lose all whatever type of responsibilities, whatever, So it's kind of a little messy around here, there, whatever. You see my bed in the background. I mean, I got a small room. What can I say? I got everything I really need in here. I ain't rich. I ain't even really middle class. Okay. um, I do have Croaker in the background, a little black fluff. That's Kroger Button. You see a silhouette. So he's nice enough to chill and relax. Alright, let's just kick off into the Pokemon stuff. I've done videos. I try to do like one of everything. We did the Paldea Evolve, and I have to say that's the worst standard, the worst expansion. Whatever it is the worst. Period. They can't blame of like Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies. People stole the big top tier cards or whatever. They can't use that excuse. I did one of everything. Okay, the booster box is your best bet. You get not, usually it was 3 guaranteed. With other prior sets, with especially Sword and Shield, you get 3 big cards at least. Here you get a chance of anywhere from 3 to 5. That's how it was. In fact, I just did a recent booster box, the second one, and I got 5. We're gonna go through what I got because that's what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm not gonna do the videos no more. I'm gonna go ahead and do updates on them. Like what I pulled. The after report or whatever, and what my thoughts, whatever the case may be. I'm not doing the pulls no more. If it is, it's gonna be from the special sets. Okay, but talking about special sets, yes. In fact, we're gonna get there. So much. I'm just so sick of it. Poke people be letting everybody down. They think everybody's so rich in the United States. They don't even give us God packs like in Japan. Crazy. So basically, booster box and your 3 blister packs. 1 blister packs is the best way. That's where I got my pulls from. The best. Elite Trainer box. The Scarlet Violet base set. So, I mean, like, it's just trash. I mean, I haven't pulled much or hardly anything out of Elite Trainer boxes like I used to. When they did the reprints of other sets like Sun and Moon, we were pulling trash out of that. The hit rates are so bad. But it seems to be just get worse and worse, which is it shouldn't be that with Scarlet and Violet. Y'all bragged about how it's gonna be better. You added 1 pack to it, even so you increased the price. And you brag about promo card now, and yeah, I don't care. Okay, you print so many of those, they really don't amount to much with it. And that 1 pack you brag about being extra, you really took that from the build and battle stadiums, but kept that full priced. You ain't slick. It used to be 12 packs, now it's 11. Alright, let's just talk about it. Elite Trainer backs were trash. The build and battles are trash. I bought 2 build and battles. That's like $50 That's like over 100. The first one I got were 2 hits out of 11 packs. So 2 packs with the hit. I pulled 2 shinies, which were nice, but still 2 hits out of 11 packs is trash. The second box, because I tried to get the 4 promos. I only got 3, I could just buy the other one by itself, but 11 packs, 1 pull. And I pulled the Slowpoke EX. So you trying to tell me out of 22 packs, I only pulled 3 hits out of 22 packs? That's pure garbage. You can't justify that. The Poke people lost their damn minds. The hit rates are atrocious, worse than anything I've ever came across out of 3 years since jumping into 3 years ago on Vivid Voltage. Yeah. Evolving Skies, And Brilliant Stars had better hit rates than this. I pulled better hit rates out of the dollar store. I'm not even making this up. I'm telling you the truth, okay? I almost was going to say I pulled better pulls out of the mystery packs, but I'd be lying if I said that. Nothing beats the mystery packs, okay? I bought like 50 some of those and only pulled one hit out of all 50. Alright, so for real though, the building battles, that's overpriced. Just giving us 11 packs, you're cheating us out of one pack just to give us one hit, two hits. No, you can't justify it. I complained about the standard Scarlet Violet giving us bad hit rates, but now you've done even worse with the expansion. And you got rid of so many of the different top tiers, like there's no rainbows, no V stars, and here you gave us EXs, but there's no GXs, just EXs, and you're trying to tell me some of this stuff is like unbelievably hard to pull, and the hit rates are so bad. No, no. Like in my videos, I raged out of that building battle stadium. Okay, I really did. That's why I say I'm not even gonna show those. Just terrible. It makes no sense. I'm not satisfied with what they're doing now. I mean, it's not fun no more. I used to use this as a stress relief. Help me with my PTSD. Something to look forward to, and it's caused me more stress than anything. Like I don't know what they're going downhill, and they know it. Whenever when they release certain deals or pulled stuff like reprints such as Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield base sets, they don't even do that no more. When's the last time you saw reprints of something nice? That was the last time. I mean, remember when they brought out Champion's Path and Hidden Fate reprints? They did that a lot, and even those hit rates were better than this. I mean, it makes no sense. We're not rich. We can't just get 7, 8 booster boxes and key. It makes no sense. And that's what's happening. They're not doing reprints, putting good deals out because they're stuck. There's no more pandemic. The sales ain't hitting like they used to, so they got all this stock. And they're not putting it on deals. They just holding on to it. That's why they're not doing reprints. They didn't put out the Cosmic Eclipse reprints. I'm just not satisfied about that. And the one deal I did saw was the Crown Zenith. That was the worst special set ever put out. The hit rates are atrocious there too. How do you make everything should be the standard of celebrations? Those hit rates were fantastic. Even Pokemon Go was pretty in the middle, but still way better than this. I'm scared about the 151. I really am. The way things look, if it's not on Celebration's turn, it's gonna be a money grabber, and Poke people don't care. They're basically the Call of Duty. They just greed got them. Okay. I did a Crown Zenith, got a premium for $40. It was $20 cheaper. I only bought one. I got no hits, none, not one hit. In fact, there was not one card. I'm missing half the set of it. And I'm not getting no hits at all? Yikes. That was the thing that broke me. When I did that Crown Zenith video, it broke me bad. I mean, it broke me worse than anything. I didn't rage as hard as anything else. So let's see what I did pull. These are two things that I got doubles for. You guys use how the lighting is. Copper jar. So those are the dubs, the duplicates. We did pull Pikachu EX that I don't have. That was wonderful. And this is for the second booster box, I had got this month. Only bought one. I said I was going to do 2 plus Scarlet Violet again, but the money ain't looking right. I may go ahead and cancel off a pre-order just so I can get a second, or should I say a third booster box, just to try and make up because I'm still missing some reverses. And we pulled Lycanroc that I didn't have. That was pretty nice. Then for our full art Pokemon, they got so many full art Pokemons, and the pull rate for them are kind of like trainer cards for the Sword and Shield. That makes no sense. And got another full art right there. Third full art. And one that's like the Picasso type, or a different type of artwork. But it got a 3D Pokemon right there. And then we got the shiny silver EX. We call these silvers, because there's the ones like this. They got the Denny and another one that's like this. But we got the Slowpoke one. This was a nice pull here. And some reason this booster box, some of like the reverses and the hollow, and if there was a special card, there's some warpage on every pack. I don't get that. I think maybe the heat when it got shipped over here in the Amazon box or whatever, but that's kind of weird. So all these cards got a little warpage in them, but we're still going to use them. And here's like where the big stuff is, But that was one of the big five. I got 5 good hits out of this. I couldn't believe it. We got a trainer card. Ooh. A second trainer card. Alternative artwork trainer card. And yes, it's not the ones we were hoping, like the big chase card, but I mean, we can dream of the big chase card, And then bam, we got gold card. So this will make it our third gold card, because we got an energy card, and then we got another Pokemon gold card. So usually it's hard for me to get gold. We pulled gold already out of 2 booster boxes. Fantastic. But like I said, Elite Trainer boxes, the build and battle stadiums, that really broke me right there. It's just like, wow. And this is what prevents me from getting more Elite Trainer boxes, because I should get at least one decent card, right? But let me tell you how bad the pull rates are out of this, okay? Yes, we pulled nice out of the booster boxes, but at the same time, I only have one of the top 10 cards, and it's number 10 itself. And right now, that's like worth $15. But that's one thing I do see with Pokemon. They got so much out there and all that the prices has dropped dramatically for lots of sets. Things for like cards were worth 300, it's like 112, 120. Fat Boy Pikachu was like 400. Now he's like 180 or 100 below, like 160 or something like that. But yikes. Evolving Skies ain't going down in price, so in fact that's going to keep it there, because that doesn't like that all the high cards were stolen out of there, so I don't think that's ever going to go down. We do have Umbreon, so that was nice to have, but we're missing tons out of that set because like the hit rates were so bad, and since they didn't print out so much, that deserves a new reprint. But that's pretty bad. In fact, out of the 2 booster boxes, the Elite Trainer box, the 2 build and battle stadiums, the blisters and all that, usually I have majority of what I need with regular stuff. We're still missing 3 commons, and they're the actual support cards, the item cards, and what? Usually that's the first thing we finish off out of any of the Pokemon cards itself. The back item support cards, the stadiums, we that's the first thing to get finished, because there's so many of those. I'm missing 3. We got all the Pokemon runs off all different elements, but we're just missing the 3 support cards. Crazy. We've been had all the hollows because they didn't have too many hollows, and there's a hollow in every pack, so we're bound to finish that off. We're missing like maybe a quarter of the reverses, but we're missing so many of the back stuff, the big tier cards, and they're counting the low big tier as huge hits, and it makes no sense. How is the full art Pokemon at a pull rate of a trainer card of a Sword and Shield? That makes no sense. I'm sorry, I gotta call that out. I still collect, but we're not gonna go all out like we used to. It is what it is, but we're going to stop talking about that. Let's talk about what I'm going to get into now. I still have plans on doing reaction videos. The reason I haven't done any is because I did 4, and when I wanted to upload them, I saw my battle buddy did those videos exactly the same day, or maybe a day or 2 before me, because he's cranking out videos now. In fact, he recently made partner. I still don't have 100 subs yet. Yikes. But like, someone who suffers PTSD and depression, I mean, it takes an effect like anything otherwise. We get really badly depressed. And the one thing, I don't want to be called a copier or something, especially if somebody I mean, they usually say great minds think alike, and it took me a while, to ask him would he mind if I do what he's doing, because everything else, like, well, Pokemon videos ain't working for me. What else can I get into? I was like, well, we're gonna do reactions. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna do stuff that's like foreign or out of there. We're gonna do J music videos. We're gonna do C music videos, K videos, and that's something he chose. In fact, the day we did a video, he had 2 videos up already. Usually he does podcast and wrestling videos, so for him to jump over, that was crazy. I was like, oh man, he's doing the same thing I planned. Oh man. So I got discouraged, but we're gonna have to jump into it regardless, okay? I'm just gonna have to get over that fact. I know I said it many times. It's just I gotta force myself to get into a routine. I do plan on doing streams. It's just the fact whenever I want to do a game, it's just the game is terrible. I said Call of Duty so many times, and saying that Call of Duty's trash. It's not good to stream. Just too many streaming cheaters, and it's just a real bad time. I tried a little bit of Modern Warfare 2. I wasn't getting no views. The cheating was really bad. I mean, like, I'm hearing even this year it's going to be bad. I hear it's going to be Modern Warfare 2 with a Modern Warfare 3 skin. Instead of trying to use Modern Warfare 19, they're going with 22. It sucked. Why? Reused assets all about. Why? Nobody wants reused assets. Why do we have to wait till 2024? This is the one that matters the most after how many bad ones. And Modern Warfare 2 was the worst Call of Duty ever. To me, it was the worst. So I mean, we're gonna give it a shot to see how that goes. But I mean, like, every time I really want to do streaming, it just doesn't go the way I hoped it to. I don't have fun with it. I'm not enjoying it. And what else is there out there? I don't care for Battlefield, Halo Infinite. So some of the stuff that I don't care for those. I've seen like some of the stuff that's going to be coming out in the future to go against Call of Duty. We're going to see how that goes. But I mean, I don't like playing for single player games in front of people or anything like that. I like to do that on my own time. So, I mean, we got games galore, and eventually I want to do my movie reviews. Okay, so that's still in the works. I just want to give you an update on that. But here's the thing we want to talk about that I've held back for so long. When I went up against Vevo. So basically, I got the military, need something to do. I ain't really had much what to do. At the time YouTube was out, especially when I was working, there was probably like only 4 channels on YouTube. This thing was like early stages still. They had like what, entertainment, news, um, science, and something else. I think like history. At the time, they even had entertainment. Okay, entertainment was added later, and they was putting everything entertainment, like video games to stuff. Like, when I wanted to do something, they just started this stuff. And I was seeing people do, like, it wasn't even like gaming like it is today. In fact, people was just doing like reenacting a lot of scenes from video games, like Final Fantasy, Resident Evil. I came across Bentley Brothers that way. People who just try to start doing filming and whatever. So I was like, I need something to do. I was in the music industry for a bit, and that's what I was currently doing at the time. So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do music videos. In fact, there was something that made me go in that direction. First, I want to do games. I wanted something to do about gaming, and when I did a video, I was going to upload it, but I came across somebody who just started his channel for the first time, and one of the first people to do anything. The Angry Video Game Nerd. When I saw his video, I was like, the productions are crazy. I can't compete with it. I can't do nothing with it. It discouraged me then, and I just canceled the whole gaming channel of mine. But that's what made me go into music videos, because the thing that killed me about it is what few music videos were out with a terrible quality. It sounded like trash. The treble was up no bass, and the quality of the music video was like in what was it, 280 p or whatever. It was terrible. Everything was blurry or just lagging. I mean, it was real bad. So I was like, I gotta do something about that. So I would go across the whole entire internet looking for the best quality. At time, when this was out, high def was just starting to come out, but like your 1080s weren't out, your 4Ks were nowhere even thought about. 720 was something that was going to come later down the road with high def. Okay, so videos weren't that good back then, but I mean, like that's something I wanted to do. So I like got the best looking ones. I had some that cleaned it up, but I mean, like I said, it wasn't that put in high def, but it cleaned up a lot of the I don't want to say noise, but what you want to call it, it had like all these little effects or clutters or jitters in it, and it cleaned some of that up. Um, I ran into an equalizer that I took my time to work on. I mean, I put time into it, add bass into it, make it a little bit louder where you can hear, understand the people or whatever. And I watched that. It actually grew pretty fast, okay? It seemed like there was no music video pages at the time. I was the first. I had Cloud Tragic. That was my first page ever. It was doing wonderful. And I kept that for going for a while. I think around the time frame when Michael Jackson died, I went big and I put anything I could find about Michael Jackson up. I made a tribute page, or should I say, big tribute, like everything, interviews, his music video, movies he had, anything I could find. And that did well, but I didn't do it for likes at the time because doing things for likes or money wasn't a thing at the time. They did have a partnership they started up, but I didn't know nothing about it at the time. I find this out a little bit after that tribute I did. Somebody messaged me because back then you could actually message people. There was like a little email thing on top you could click on. You could direct message people that way. They also had a place you could get good customer service and talk to somebody, or chat with. That and all that's gone. But this was a time when, in fact, you got they took only 1% out of partners, out of the video views, whatever, and you got 99%. I mean, you got real good money back then. This is something that Snoop Dogg is actually complaining about. We're going to talk about it in a moment. But somebody messaged me and was like, you must be a millionaire. You're doing so good. You got all this money, and I was like, what? I do this for fun. This is like a hobby for me. This is something that relaxes me, and I got PTSD and all this. This is what I do. You're like, bruh, do you know how much money you gotta be stupid? I like, what? Like, why people got put you down? If you don't know nothing and they don't really educate you to things. So I didn't know nothing about partnership, monetizing videos or whatever. So I remember, at the time I got in back out of the military and stuff. I still had moved back in with the parents. Try to find my way back in life. And I remember I ran this with my mom. My mom, she don't believe nothing. She was like, "Ain't nothing free in this world," or like getting into some. This sounds too good to be true. So I didn't jump into it right away. A little bit afterwards, I tried to read up into it. I took like a month to read into it, and I swear I should enough. So I took a month to look into it, and I put in for a partnership. And back then, partnering was so easy. All you gotta do is be active, and you got partnered. Okay, so whenever I got partnered, it took a little time, get the partner thing because once you put in the customer service, like they didn't know. Like I told you, there was only a couple channels at the time, like sub channels. You didn't have it where you type in people's names or something. There was no algorithm built in at the time. At the main page, it had the channels right there: entertainment. They had science, history, and that type of thing, news. Um, I remember coming in, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give another 24 hours to see how much I made, because I had a lot of income. I mean, traffic. Let's put it this way: Soldier Boy says he's the first to make 1 million subs, 1 million views. He probably can say that as the first rapper or underground artist, whatever he want to call it. That. No, I was the first person to make 1 million subs. I was the first person to make 1 million views. In fact, I had like 4 to 6 videos that made a million views. I was making tons of traffic at the time. you know, because I was constantly updating with videos. I put a lot into it. So when I came back to see how much I made, I found out I got hit with my first warning. I got a 24-hour ban. What happened was when you make partner, all your stuff gets monetized on the spot. All my videos got monetized, and I guess something got noticed or whatever. But basically, I got flagged by ABC. One of the interviews I had with Michael Jackson, they flagged, you know. And it's funny that they flagged me then when I got approved from partnering. And they ain't had nothing to do with, you know, oh, we own the rights, you know, it's our copyrights or whatever. They had nothing to do with it. Because back then, you could get detailed descriptions of why you got hit with a flagged or whatever the case may be. Basically, their channel had the interview at around 34,000 views. Mine was at like 440,000 views. Okay, I was like damn near 4 to 5 times the amount of views from them. That's what that was. They didn't want me to get that money from that. They're like, hold on, we doing good, but you doing better than us? No, that's what that was. So that kind of bummer. I was like, fine, we're gonna wait this 24-hour ban. Well, after that 24 hours, guess what? I came back to find out my page was taken down. And they told me, like, you know, the reason why in the email was like I got hit for 2 music videos by Vevo. I was like, what the hell is a Vevo? What's Vevo? But once again, like I said, there's a thing you can talk to an actual customer service person to find all this good information. You know, it's not hard to get a hold of somebody, a representative from YouTube. And basically, what happened was Vevo and YouTube got into a partnership. They gave this never heard of people a contract to do music videos exclusive, being mainstream. And I asked him, why would you do that? And he was like, the deal was wonderful, you know? So, I mean, like, that's where all the traffic going to go at. And we're going to make some good. So basically, they got talked into it. Basically, what I was doing is what they were doing, bringing in traffic. That was stupid. They could have gave me that damn contract. But Vevo came to them with that, you know, and whoever they talked to got all butterflied and ooh-ah, and they gave them the contract, and then they flagged every video of mine. At the time, I had like thousands, so they thousands on video. They took probably all night to flag all of them, and by the time I came to look, I was done for. They only needed 2, so that's crazy. So I talked to the representative. We were going back and forth, and I was like, "Hey, this can't be right because guess what? They don't own these music videos. It should be free for the public to put out, you know, like that." Well, actually, you know, at the time, you know, when Napster and Limestream or whatever got hit, LimeWire. So there was more to that, but I mean, like, still, nobody was doing music pages. Only a few people, and their quality, like, what they putting up was bad. I was the main music page on YouTube. So Vevo just did that. I was talking to the guy, and I told him, hey, you know, the artists own these things. It should be anybody composing, not just Vevo. That's like a monopoly. You can't do that. And you know, I had the representative basically in a corner. He couldn't say nothing. All he could do is basically block me. And well, basically, he ended the conversation, and you know, I couldn't write him no more. That's what it was, because my channel's already down, you know. So you know, instead of being like, I thought in my mind, man, I should go to Metallica and tell this. I mean, because he's gonna make some noise and get in Vivo's ass, you know. Because I was real salty about that. It is what it is, you know. I thought, well, I'm gonna do well. At that time, I got taken down. I was like, well, let's do something lesser, you know. They got the mainstream, but mixtapes are taking off. Underground artists are getting really known now. We're going to do an underground artist thing because they're not mainstream. We're not going to get flagged for that. And that's why the trap music was just on a rise now. So we started off slow. I mean, like, when I first did the first music page, it took off quick when we first did. This one was very, very slow at first. But it started taking notice, you know, at a little time, you know, a couple months. So we getting our count of how many videos I had up. We're getting subscribers back good again. You know, making a couple of thousand, 100,000 subs. You know, so we're making good things. I'll be able to partner again. And first, the thing happened was Vevo started bragging how much money they were making. Oh, I didn't tell about, like, I actually contacted Vevo. You know, I ain't say too much because basically me and the Vevo people got into it, and their best thing was I ended up getting blackballed. You know, I got like we'll get into like with my Cloud Tragic 1 and Cloud Tragic 2 pages. So I had 3 Cloud Tragic ones: the regular, part 1, and part 2. In fact, part 2 is still up. You can find it, but it ain't hardly much of that. I mean, like, some of the videos are still only foreign, certain countries can see it, not the U.S. So I gave up on that page. You know, it's still up, but it didn't get banned or nothing. It's just they took a different route than just banning videos. They just made it certain countries can see it. That's lame to me, but we're on our second page, Cloud Tragic 1, right? And so basically, I got 8-balled. I'm being taken out algorithms, you know, when the algorithm did come up later down the road. So what people started doing is they started bragging about how much money they were making. They're making millions. How much they were doing interviews. They're basically putting it out there. They're making a lot of noise, and they shouldn't be. So guess what? The head person of Metallica took notice, got the word out. I mean, it wasn't as big as like the Napster issue and LimeWire, but they came heavy on YouTube, and of course, whatever judge that Vevo went through, they only got a slap on the wrist. So basically, they had to pay an artist a certain amount, and they got fined a certain amount. But I mean, they were making millions. What is a couple 100,000 or a few thousand what they got slapped with compared to, you know, what they were making? So it was an insult. And this is what Snoop is complaining about. He's saying basically he's getting like a million views for a video, but he's not making $1 million for the million views, and it makes no sense. Where's the money going? Where's it leading to? Well, certain streams like Spotify is the best place, but with YouTube, they're so, like I said, when I first started, they only took 1%, then they jumped up to 10%. Now they're anywhere from 80 to 87% they take away from revenue, people with revenues, okay? They making peanuts compared to what YouTube is ripping. Greed got into YouTube. It's not fun to do anything unless you're just making stupid million views over and over. I mean, like, you gotta bring in stupid traffic. So that's what that came down to, you know. But I mean, like, Snoop is he really trying to figure, like, I agree. Artists should make what, you know, what the viewers is not. They shouldn't be making peanuts. You know, they shouldn't be getting screwed over like that. And Vevo getting majority over the artists. Stop. I mean, even Vevo now got music video channels out there, streams now that like, what? It could have been me, but at the same time, I would have made all that noise. They the good stuff. I would have had millions spent too. Shit. Excuse my language, but I mean, if I went and partnered first before I actually looked into things or talked to my mom about it, I would have had 1 month time to collect. That would have been more than enough to put me somewhere, you know. At the time, I was kind of in debt with the bank. A little later on, I ended up homeless like 2, 3 times. I could have really used that money, okay? So that kind of sucked with Vevo. Eventually, what happened with the second page I had, they saw what Vevo was doing, and those companies, the lower ones were underground, so like, hey, we could get that money too. So I started getting flagged by BMI, whatever Rick Ross was under. I got hit by. I think the third one, I think I got hit by Young Money. So um, that got taken down. You know, in fact, I think the biggest video I have on my third page is was it Floyd featuring Lil Wayne. And I don't even think Lil Wayne got it on his page. I think there's an issue somehow because I know when I got my third page up, I put up there, and I think something holding from him putting his up there compared to what I have. But that's the highest one I got on there, you know. But whatever the numbers are, that is nothing compared to what I used to with the first 2 pages. To go from having million subscribers, multiple videos with million views, to finally putting up my fourth page here, Triller Boy Cloud, and not even hit 100 views is crazy. And this used to be to the backup. I did like unboxings, you know. I didn't really care about views at the time, but 3 years ago, jumping back in Pokemon, I put a lot into it, and just not get nothing back. I mean, that's crazy, you know. That's wild. And try to make a career out of this, and nothing's happening. You know, as a disabled vet, they really can't do much. That's crazy, you know. Just, especially because there's so many. It's satire. There's so many people doing the same things, you know, reactions and all that, and there's no place for new people to come in unless they just really copying the people off so bad. You know, it's crazy. Got this. Yeah, it took me a while to get the original Evil Dead. You know, I got part two Army of Darkness shirts, but I finally got the first movie T-shirt. You know, I just like to put that out because I was looking at it, but I know I talked my head off about it, but I just wanted to say what happened between me and Vevo. The reason why I'm not making much views and stuff today, um, what direction I'm going with, what I'm doing. I just wanted to put that out, you know, because like I said, I'm really disappointed how Pokemon didn't really do much for me. So I got changed my direction, you know, put more into it that way. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave some likes, some comments. Definitely hit that bell to subscribe. And actually, no, we're gonna do this real quick. We're gonna show off the code cards, and then we're gonna head out. I got tons of this. I don't want to hold on to it. You're gonna have to pause for this. I'm trying my best to show off the numbers. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. And I say we hold on to the other wave I had. Unfortunately, like I said, that was on the Crown Cena video, and we're not gonna upload that. That's gonna be gone. It'll free up a lot of memory on this laptop, that's for sure. Because I got so much videos in the past that went like years ago. And then put it up a little bit longer. I don't think y'all got that too well. Ain't no reason for me to hold on to last. I don't play the online game no more. It was fun till they started with a new version of the game when Scarlet Violet came out, and it's just not fun no more. And the crazy thing is, I got better hit rates off that online game than I did in real life. Crazy. So at least I don't have to record with a cell phone doing an overhead view no more. That's probably the best plus I can do off this video. You will see the bed though with the pillow on it. I got a better pillow though. The other one I had, I was just putting whatever case was on it, from Nightmare on Elm Street to some waifu to whatever pillowcase I had. This one I got, it was like one of the memory foam pillows. I had to remove like over a quarter of the foam inside because it was too puffy. I got a second pillow, but it was made for like a queen bed, and this is like a twin bed. Like I said, this room is small, so I don't need nothing crazy. That's why I got this like a big memory foam underneath with the white and blue. And they get told I have to buy another one, you know, so that ain't too bad. I ain't gotta go fancy and to put covers on or whatever. Knock out, go sleep, wake up, do what I need to do, right? Alright, y'all enjoy.